How does it feel in this moment as you're smelling my burger breath?
Fine.
Yeah, is it arousing?
Hello, everyone. My name is Evie Lupine. Welcome back to my channel, and today I have another video for you all. Today, we are going to be doing a reaction video, and I like to do this every once in a while just to kind of mix things up, and this is a reaction video to a series I've never reacted to before, which is pretty much always the case. It is from Cut, which we have watched before in the channel, but this is from their lineup series, and this episode is called Match the Kink to the Stranger, or at least it says Match Kink to Stranger, which seems like too short of a title, like we're missing some other words in there, but I don't know, maybe they got AI doing it now? But in any case, they have done this like I think once or twice before, like at least maybe a year ago or longer, and I didn't get to react to it at the time because I was unaware of it, sadly, but they've been quite popular on their channel, and as one of the few people on YouTube that talks about kink, I want to test my skills at being able to match the kink to a person, and I'm curious to see who they have do this, because the way this usually goes is they have like one or like maybe like 2 or 3 people that will be the guessers that will try to match the people to the kink, and they're usually like different occupations, and the point is to see like who is better at matching different people to their kinks. Now I think, and I hope this is actually the moral at the end of the day, really, is you can't actually judge a book by its cover, right? That old saying. And you can't necessarily tell what somebody's kink is. Now, I think there are certain stereotypes that can be varying levels of accurate when it comes to people that are in the community that do certain things, like people who are littles or people who are into rope bondage, that are like funny things. Like I joke about, like I can tell that I'm at the right place for a rope convention when I see that like all of the femme presenting people there have like half a head, like side shave, like Death Hawk kind of thing going on. I'm like, yeah, this is the rope convention, but like not in any kind of serious way. I'm very much against stereotypes. I have a couple of videos that are like weirdly still get a lot of engagement on them, I think because they're sort of like coded to be manosphere-like on the surface, where the whole point is to go through a bunch of very silly stereotypes and then show how they are wrong, because anyone can be anything. You can be a dom, be very quiet and shy. You can be a submissive and be a CEO and be like a female hashtag, millennial girl boss. You can be whatever you want and do whatever you want. That's the way that it is, but it will be fun to see how this goes. So I am rambling. Let's go ahead and meet our participants.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name and what do you do for a living?
My name's Brittany Steffen and I am a sex therapist.
My name is Craig. I own a bar.
Do you know what you're guessing today?
Yes, I am guessing people's kinks.
I am guessing people's kinks.
Is that why you dress like that?
I don't know, it's like dominatrix vampire, like Twilight thing.
Do you have any kinks?
Yeah, a CNC or a consensual non-consensual kink. That is like a huge kink of mine.
I'm into curvy women. I'm a butt guy. I like pigtails.
I wouldn't call it public sex. It's more like nature sex, It's like, ooh, we're on a hike. We just hiked this. And now I'm in the mood and I'm sweaty.
You have a list of 8 kinks.
Yes.
And you are going to match the kink to the person.
I like the mix of people we have here. I like that we have like an expert. I think maybe they went with the bartender because there's that thing, like bartenders hear people's secrets all the time. And so maybe the idea is, well, he probably has some like secret insight into the human condition. The girl in black, I don't what is her job? What is she? Does she just I work for Cut and I guess things for them and that's my occupation? I like the, well, when I say I don't like it, but I find it interesting for her personality to be like, oh, it's which is like Twilight. Did you compare it to Twilight? A Twilight dominatrix outfit. I wouldn't say that's an outfit that anyone that I know is a dominatrix would wear, but I can see that's definitely like a Halloween party. It's like a Halloween party, last minute, put together a costume with bits and pieces from other things you have in your wardrobe, like kind of version of a dominatrix. Not to be too much of a hater, I guess, right out of the gate, but that's what I think.
Yes.
You want to read through those kinks?
Okay, I have public sex, which is sometimes legal depending on where you're doing it.
Kitty play.
Kitty play. I would assume that kitty play would be something along the lines of playing a part of a kitty, not a full-grown, not an adult cat, but a minor cat.
I don't know why I'm describing a kitten as a minor cat. I don't know why that, like, this is I was planning to pause it when they got through all of the kinks. There's just, I don't know, I love this man already. I love the bartender. He's like, listen, I know it's not about adult cats. It's about minor cats. This is why I like doing these, like, raw, off the cuff, like, no preparation, because sometimes, like, I can see the gears working in his head of, like, all right, kitty play. All right, what's this about? What is it? I love it. I also, I don't feel like previous ones of these I've watched, I don't think that they've shared the list with the viewer before. I think maybe they understand that people are watching and they want to also be able to guess themselves, because it's like, listen, I've been in the process of making a very robust yes, no, maybe checklist glossary thing, and it's well over 250 kinks at least. I think it'll probably be like 300 by the time I'm done. And it's a really big pool to guess from. So I like that we're narrowing it down a little bit. But anyways, I'm recovered from the minor cats. Let's continue.
Okay.
Electrical stimulation. Okay, so that's going to be a fancy sex toy. This person probably has a chest of toys.
Spit play, somebody who likes people to spit into their mouth, or they like to spit into people's mouth.
And maybe even play with it, you know.
Okay.
I knew someone with a spit play fetish, and let's just say it was not mine.
Exhibitionism. So that's liking being watched, I would say.
Sensory deprivation, somebody who likes being blindfolded while they are having coitus.
Rope play. Okay, like shibari, Japanese art of bondage.
The next one is pregnancy. So somebody who is into women, I assume.
It is the risk of either getting pregnant or getting someone pregnant.
Breeding.
Do you think that's more accurate?
I think a breed kink would be more accurate. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, wait. What's going on with this bartender guy? Where is he like, actually, that's not a pregnancy kink. It's a breeding kink. I remember this going around on Twitter years ago, the like meme of the dog with the tennis ball. And it would be, people would be like, no, the meme was like, no pregnant, only breed. Cause like in the same way that people that have like foot fetishes versus heel fetishes versus shoe fetishes, there's like definitely a distinction and also overlap between people with like a breeding kink and a pregnancy fettuccine, I guess let's call it. And, like, but he didn't say breed kink, which is like, is he hiding his knowledge? Is he hiding his power level? Or is that like his, I don't know. I could psychoanalyze the bartender and be like, I don't know, you kind of seem like you know quite a bit, but let's review the list here real quick. So we have public sex, kitty play or kitten play, electrical stimulation, which could be like violet wand, TENS unit, the shock collars, like that could be a bunch of stuff. A lot of them also come, like especially TENS units, I believe. There's a lot of insertable devices that come with those for the purpose of more erotic stimulation. Spit play, or just spitting, I guess. Exhibitionism, sensory deprivation, rope play. I will amends what she a sex therapist? Sexologist? I think sex therapist. I'm going to say that not all rope play is shibari. That is Western bondage erasure. We here in America have our own beautiful, robust history of rope bondage before we had contact with Japanese shibari, okay? It's beautiful art. It's very, like, I don't like sometimes that we erase our own history of rope bondage because, like, shibari is currently the very popular done thing, but this is pretty likely with a group of young folk. They're probably, it depends on the person. If it's an older man, who's like 45 plus, I would say rope play is more likely to be at least partly Western inspired. Whereas if it's like, like 22-year-old, side shave head, tattoos, probably more shibari, but we'll see. Okay. And then, breeding, which I feel like was on one of the other ones I did before. I don't know how much they have like overlapping kinks on purpose, but I feel like I remember that one also being on there too. So anyways, let's go ahead and see our contestants.
Are you ready to meet the line?
Bring it on.
How are you deciding what some of the things is?
The more conservative you were growing up, the freakier you are in the sheets. You know, you spend all that time praying on your knees, you do other things on your knees.
I mean, I'm not sure the knees really have anything to do with it. I do think that as certain kinks are more connected to like a certain upbringing or political ideology, i.e. look at like the PH year in review. If you ever seen one of those, the maps they have of like what's the most popular in which state. Yeah, there's sometimes a correlation there that could be interesting, shall we say. I'm not sure any of the kinks they listed really, to me, off the top of my head, like I would think would be one of the ones that has like a bent based on like conservative, liberal, being raised by hippie woodland parents. You know, I don't really think any of them seem that way, but you know, let's find out.
All right, let's bring out the first
I don't know where to start. Hello, you're really tall.
Hi.
Are you in a relationship?
I am. 3 months now.
Oh wow, have you brought up your kink? Mm-hmm. How did it go?
It went well.
How long do you usually wait to bring it up?
When trust is present and we're comfortable.
Trust.
Can you show me your hands?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first instinct that I had with you was rope play. I would imagine somebody like that would have rough hands. Can you give me any names of any like sailor knots?
Bowline, figure 8, Langford double, angel hitch, butterfly hitch.
Okay, that's 6 times more knot names than I know. I'm gonna stick with rope play for now.
I mean, he can name some of those are like either applicable or kind of applicable to rope bondage. I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about an angel hitch before. I'm not really a rigger, but I do self-tie. And I'm like, I don't really... I could see why the initial impression would be rope play. Also, like, some of these are like pretty gendered as well, so it depends. I feel like my initial impression was like he could be a public sex guy. It's very common, I feel, especially for men. That's like I think it's like just very popular in general. Or potentially exhibitionism. I would ask to see people's tattoos. I feel like that can be a giveaway for a lot of things, or it could lead you to a false trail. But I'm curious to see what they guess.
Rope play?
Why are you thinking rope play?
Rope, it takes a lot of like skill, and if you don't do it perfectly, you can hurt somebody, so therefore it takes a lot of trust. Hello.
You strike me as the kinkiest out of this whole group. Not only based on your look, but just a kind of an energy.
I'm not sure I was going to say I'd peg her, but I feel like in this context that would be taken the wrong way. I would definitely put her in the top 5 of seeming the kinkiest, like something like the hair color combination. I mean, I'm also wearing red and black today, so maybe that's part of it. But I definitely am like, yeah, she seems like the kind of person I'd probably like vibe with at a dungeon. Like I could see that for sure.
What was your upbringing like?
It was rough. I made it, so to speak. But I have like a lot of siblings.
Do you think pregnancy is a beautiful thing? Maybe even a sexy thing?
Not a sexy thing. I do find it very beautiful though. I plan to have at least 5.
You have a pregnancy kink.
Okay.
I'm gonna go towards sensory deprivation. Like I'm thinking blindfolding, gagging, or even breath play.
Hi, doing good. How about you?
All right.
You seem soft-spoken.
I can be sometimes.
So is the quiet ones.
Where do you typically envision yourself doing this kink?
I have my apartment, and
Okay.
yeah,
that seems reasonable.
it's not set up as like I put money into it, but it's decently set up.
He's the rope bondage guy. I don't know why. I feel like a lot of people think that like rope bondage tops are like really aggressive and like really hyper masculine, but I find they tend to be more than the nerdy, kind of like more soft spoken type. Again, I live on the West Coast, Seattle, Portland, lots of tech people. I've traveled to do quite a lot of events for rope as well, so I'm not sure, but I'm getting kind of like rope / possibly electrical play, cause he's kind of got a little bit of like a soft nerd side.
Have you ever dabbled in things like handcuffs or restraints?
Yes.
Yes. Did you enjoy that?
Yes.
Is it okay if I restrain you?
Yes, it's okay if you restrain me.
Okay. Hands behind your back!
Would you characterize yourself as more dominant or?
If I have a rough day, then there's some stuff different, but it's mostly dominant.
If you have a rough day, you want to be more submissive.
Yeah.
That's okay. The bartender knows what's up. He's like, I mean, that's what I would want to know too. Are you more? Actually, you know what? If this was an option on the list, I would say the guy in the yellow shirt would be pegging absolutely. Like he just, I don't know why. But like speaking of, like I was thinking that too of like, well, how do you know if somebody's like in this lineup, like top or bottom, switch, sub, dom? But that also really informs the choice that I would make for each person too. Yeah. I mean, if he's saying that he's mostly dominant but has the capacity to switch, I'm gonna say that leans to me again more like electrical play, rope play sort of stuff.
How does it feel in this moment as you're smelling my burger breath?
Fine.
Yeah, is it arousing?
I would say either or.
No, it's not.
I don't know if this should be allowed. I don't know if I like that we're restraining strangers on. This is like if you have an exhibition kink, oh my lord, that's gonna be a lot for you. But maybe that's why you signed up to do the show.
I'm gonna go with sensory deprivation.
Sensory deprivation.
I'm gonna go with spit play because that can be a dominant thing or it's a submissive thing.
I mean, technically any of these things can be a dominant or a submissive thing. I like the idea of being dominantly spit on. I mean, I guess probably people who are brat tamers experience spit being tossed their way with a higher than typical volume than you might expect from other S-types. So, sure, yeah. I say, you can spit at me, but you'll be prepared for Mr. Evil Spoon to come out. I suppose like that could be a thing.
Growing up, were you religious?
From a very religious household.
Very religious.
So this is so hard. She definitely like seems like a lot of people I would know in the kink scene going in more of a religious direction, grew up very religious, but now kind of gives me more like granola vibes. I mean, that could definitely be rope too. Sensory deprivation, kitten play for sure could be that also. Could be a lot of things, could be a lot of stuff, but let's see what questions they ask and answer. I'm so excited to like talk about things I'm pausing every 5 seconds. But let's continue.
I wasn't allowed to watch certain Disney movies because of magic being in them.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Most of the people that I know who are like hardcore, like Bible thumpers, slutty. I was like, ooh. I am going to say that you are into rope play. The intensity in your eyes, like I could definitely see you tying me up, like hog tying me up,
Tell me how you got your kink.
Kind of started as a joke, like it was to be silly.
And then you've now done it with other partners?
Yeah, by myself.
And by yourself?
Are you a sub?
Yeah, I'm a bitch. I'm a big bitch.
Yeah. Are you a brat?
I'm bratty, but I wouldn't call myself a brat.
Wait, so what's the difference between a bitch and a brat?
I call myself a bitch because I will take anything. You can do what you
want. Oh,
like
a little bitch.
I'm a little bitch.
Got it.
So on the list here is kitty play. Can you please give me your best?
Is it because I have like the claws?
A little bit? Actually, I didn't even look at those. Wow.
Okay, just for science.
Okay.
Can you give us a meow?
Can you say, I'll only do it if you do it first, Greg?
I'll do it if you do it first, Greg.
Okay, fine. Meow.
That was good. Meow. Meow.
Kitty play.
Okay, so she does this by herself, and it started as a joke. To me, that screams like kitten player, especially with and I don't want to repeat the word because I'm probably gonna have to censor it for YouTube anyway. But she just gives me the vibe of like other pet players I know. So I'm gonna say kitten play because that's also one most of these you can't really do by yourself. You can spit on yourself, but that's not really. It's not really the same thing. I don't think you'd start doing electrical plays I guess they're like practical joke devices that are like have a little like shock to them, I suppose. But I'm gonna say kitten play. I'm the most confident about this one out of all of them. But I also feel like that would be my downfall is being too confident. But Good questions, actually. This one, I think the guided questions here, very helpful to have.
Based off of the kitten clause,
I'm giving cat.
Yeah, you're giving kitty play.
I want to say spit play. If you're a bitch, I would say you're probably into like humiliation potentially, or just like receiving something because your partner wants it, right? To like make them happy.
Definitely. I feel like spit is going to be my backup for her. Especially with her description of like being able to take whatever, like that definitely, but like, I just don't, the thing that's like doesn't connect with me is like doing it. How do you do spit play by yourself? That's like, if it was just a partnered thing and she'd only said that it was starting off as a joke, the spit thing definitely would go over the edge for me. But like, it's kitten and then spit. That's my ranking so far.
Hi.
Hello.
You are given like a very like almost innocent, wholesome vibe right now.
Would you say you were really well behaved growing up?
I was a pretty good girl.
Religious?
Yes.
Repressed?
Yeah.
Tell me about the origins of your kink.
Came about by a stranger.
By a stranger. The plot thickens.
I want to talk about the breeding kink. Do you have any kids?
I don't.
Do you want any?
Yes.
So before sex, do you go through like a whole like cleaning routine? Do you take a shower, brush your teeth?
I actually find it more attractive, at least for a male, like if he has really good body odor,
Really?
to like just come as he is, you know.
Come as
like,
he is,
yeah,
he will.
Yeah, they do.
That feels like public sex to me.
I'm gonna go with public sex.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
stick with my breeding,
Okay.
right? I mean, the evidence is lining up.
I'm also kind of also thinking like either public play exhibitionism, because it came about by a stranger. It makes me think it was something that was observable someone else was doing, which I guess could be pregnancy if it's the pregnancy part and not the breeding part, because that's up for debate, I suppose. Like you could have like caught someone when you were younger, and I could see that being like a foundation thing for building a kink. Or maybe you like met a guy somewhere and like you really hit it off and there was amazing chemistry, and then you suddenly out of nowhere like started doing it in the alleyway, and like maybe that's what she means by stranger. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking public. It's like public play and exhibitionism. The line between the two, like there's, like it's so. Well, I guess specifically public sex versus actually. There's like, that's. I mean, there's so much overlap there. It could. I'd really have to drill down into how each respective person defines it, because like exhibitionism doesn't necessarily mean you're into public sex, but like public sex is an act of exhibitionism. So yeah, it's a little confusing.
Hi. Describe the people that you have been with.
All men. I'm attracted to like very driven people.
Are they athletic?
Yeah, athletic. Someone a little older.
Have they played sports, back in their prime?
Soccer, tennis, football.
Oh, she could also be the kid and play person. Attracted to driven older men. With her dress also, I don't know. Okay, maybe I could amend the previous gal as being the spit person. Maybe she's the kitten player. Let's see some more questions.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm Craig.
Mo.
Mo looks like she's down to clown.
Do you have a lot of sex toys? Like, what are you working with here?
I don't have a ton of sex toys. I have like stuff for me.
Would you define yourself as like tactile sensitive, like to touch?
It's something that you do with partners?
My partner is not into it. I was actually like introduced to it in person at a party.
What kind of party?
A fun party.
Can you purchase videos that are directed to this type of kink?
I don't actually like watching videos of my kink.
Yeah, because it doesn't really...
It's not...
It doesn't do anything because it's not a visual thing. It's a physical thing.
It's a
That's
physical
why
thing.
you are electrical stimulation.
Electrical stimulation.
Electrical stimulation it is.
I mean, I guess sort of by process of elimination, they'd get there. Oh, so introduced to it at a party. That definitely, I mean, that could be kitten play. Could be sensory deprivation, electrical stimulation, or rope play. Do I need to finalize? This is all the people, right? Do I need to finalize my answers? Wait, are there two? Wait, there are more people? No. Oh, wait, the next one, I think they go through and they explain what their kinks what their kinks are. Let's look at the lineup again, and then I'll lock in my final answers. Okay. All right. Final roll call here. All right. Yellow shirt guy. Exhibitionism. Purple shirt girl. Come back to me on that one. White shirt girl with black pants. I'm gonna go with spit play because I feel more confident that the gal with the other jeans is the kitten player. Girl in the tan skirt, I'm gonna say is public sex. Guy in the jacket, the red jacket. I'm gonna say rope play. Oh, I didn't pick somebody who's into the breeding kink. Oh, maybe he has the breeding kink. I think that's more common with men than women. I mean, most fettuccinis are more common with men than women. Something he wants to do in his apartment, and he has equipment for it. I'm just gonna say purple shirt maybe is the pregnancy one, because I didn't really she could be a lot of things, but I'm not sure what. Just put that there. Maybe from religious upbringing, large family, could be that sort of correlation with just exposure. Red shirt guy, order of likeliness would probably be this is so hard. Why is this so hard? I'm I don't actually it's so hard to know people's kinks without actually getting directly to ask them questions about it. And I don't really like guessing on moral principle, but let's say red t-shirt guy or red jacket guy would be rope play, electrical play, pregnancy kink. And then introduced to at a party, the gal with the plaid pants. That could be electrical play, sensory deprivation, or rope play. I'll say electrical play, and then gal with the black dress, I will say sensory deprivation. But I don't know. I feel like I didn't get enough information to be able to make an accurate guess, but I think that's part of the fun of this. All right, let's see how badly I did. I'm not confident in any of these. Maybe it would be easier if I got to ask questions directly myself. I don't know. I don't make excuses. We'll just... people normally only get 1 or 2 right, so... We'll see.
All right, raise your hand if she got you right.
Okay. Oh! So I did get you right. Huh.
All right, you got this person wrong.
Okay, yeah.
You guessed rope play.
I did. And what was actually is your kink?
Exhibitionism.
Ooh, I got one. Okay. I don't have to worry about failing. Because I got at least 1 correct. All right, because we're at score 1, Team Evie. Let's see if we can keep that going. And I'm nervous. I can feel my heartbeat. I'm it's like being on a game show, but I'm literally just in my room alone by myself filming a YouTube video. Okay, calm down.
Hi, so I got you wrong. Yes. What was your kink?
The idea of becoming pregnant.
Really?
Yes.
Is it the fact of the scare of it, or is it a submissive dom thing?
It's a submissive dom thing, yeah.
Okay, all right. So somebody kind of having the domination over them impregnating you. Mm-hmm. And you've never been pregnant?
No, thankfully not.
Okay. Thankfully not.
Yeah, that's the weird part. I don't really want to have
You don't
a kid.
want to have kids.
No. Ironically, the last partner, he absolutely does not want to have children. And I also probably won't have kids.
Which is probably why it's sexy and fun, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have to have unprotected sex to feel like you're living out the kink?
Doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Honestly, it just comes down to dirty talk.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
That's 2. Every single one I get right makes it more likely that the next one that's how that works, right? Because the probabilities for the other ones, I don't know how. I'm too excited. I don't know. I'm just excited I'm getting them right. I'm oh, thank God. I don't have to I don't have to renounce my Kink Educator card. Yes. All right. Good. We got 2. All right.
Kitten play, and now I'm wondering. Tell me what.
I'm into spit play.
Spit play.
I'm the gross athlete you're thinking of.
Athlete. Wait, so you spit into the mouths?
Yeah, or I receive, either direction. Okay. I like to play with it.
Just drooling and
Drooling?
slime. Yeah.
Okay, please enlighten me. Because this one time, a guy just straight up loogied into my
Yeah,
throat.
no, not that. It's
and
not
I
that.
like threw up basically. And I was like,
See, that's why it is usually, if it is a spit on situation, it is me. But I have asked for it a couple times. In the moment, I know that they're clean. I know that they're not post soccer game or whatever.
Yeah.
I think the
Right.
transfer of that fluid too is like not in a degrading way, but it is like a power play almost of like, oh.
Fascinating. Wonderful. Sorry I got you wrong.
Yes! Yes! 3, 4, 3. I mean, I have the advantage of hearing all three of them ask questions and not doing it independently, so, you know, I guess well, actually, they probably cut quite a lot out of the questions and the interactions, so maybe it makes it more even, but we're 3 for 3, baby! Oh, I feel, I'm just excited. I'm like, yes! That means it's more like, they're probably gonna get at least 2 wrong. Probably more. Probably all the next ones will be wrong, but I'm like, yes! I got at least 3 right. We're doing so good. All right, yes! Exciting, exciting, exciting.
So you guessed pregnancy.
Yeah, right.
But no,
Yeah.
it's public.
Yeah. Okay. Different than exhibitionism for you, in that we're talking literal public, or are we talking like sex clubs public?
A literal public, so like parking lots,
Bathroom.
dancing club, bathrooms, stuff like that.
Classy bathrooms.
Yeah.
Or trashy bathrooms.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
when was your first public sex encounter?
The second time I ever had sex.
Okay.
But it was like in a car. When I was on top, like the honk kept like going.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Beep, 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 beep. I'm surprised like nobody
a car
came.
alarm or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone broke into a car and they're like, whoa.
That's fun. Have a great time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got 4 right. I got 4 right. The odds of getting the other ones right are increasing every step of the way. I did not guess her reason for being into public play, which I guess I'm going for bonus points here. Did not consider impromptu. Like she said it was with a stranger, so maybe it was like I met a hot guy and we went to his car. Maybe there was an angle in that I was still identifying. But I mean, okay. There is a reason why that is a popular fantasy, usually touched on at least once in most erotica novels, at least the ones that I've read, which are not very many, but...
Got me wrong.
Fuck, man. Okay.
Rope play.
Rope play. How did you know so many fucking knot names?
No, he knows more knots than me.
Tell me about this rope play.
Started when I was younger, 17, 18. Girlfriend wanted to try it. Found out I really liked it.
You know what? I should have guessed. You know, you give me Boy Scout. You look like you're real good at tying knots.
I was a Boy Scout, and I'm a soccer
Eagle
player as well.
Scout? Fuck!
So is it like an art and craft to you too?
Kind of, a little bit, because there's a certain way I feel when I set everything right, and then I'm going down, and I can feel the twitches and feel everything. Just the whole touch part, it's super satisfying.
Yeah.
I'm too high on the the thrill of winning to be. It's not really a winning thing, but like I'm just shocked like how well this is going for me so far. But like, listen, this is what I mean, all right? This is what a lot of rope tops are like. My initial instinct for him, regardless, was like he kind of reminds me of a lot of rope tops. Like he wants to do it in his own home. He kind of has this like more nerdy, quiet vibe to him. And also, knowing knots, as he even said, does not necessarily mean you know how to do rope bondage. Like bondage is not about knots. It's knowing a couple of knots and a couple of frictions and then combining them together into patterns. Like you can know very few knots and very few anything and still be able to have a fun time doing rope. So interesting. All right. So I'm again less confident about these last 3. I'm pretty sure, especially now, about the kitten play girl. But the other 2, I'm like, because especially with the description of learning it and finding out about it at a party, that could really be a lot of things. So if I sweep this, if I go 10 for 10, I mean, I can't do a cartwheel or anything. I don't know how to celebrate that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. What I might go get my dog and like cuddle her and tell her that I won. I don't know. I don't know what else to do with that information, to be honest. But okay, all right. Let's.
What was it?
Sensory deprivation.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
I do like to have like complete sensory outside of smell. So earmuffs, restraints, mouth, gag.
Well, so what about it do you like?
It's a release. I'm one of the oldest in my family. I'm very serious. I've always been very in charge and have had a lot. And it's a complete release of control to my partner.
Yeah.
So they can do what they want. It could be anything in this lineup. As long as I just have a sense of smell, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're still, I think we got it locked in. I think we're going to go all the way, folks. Because we got sensory deprivation. And I think that would have been interesting to know, because I can definitely see, I mean, there's a lot of kinks that correspond with being like in certain family positions. And I can certainly see being a responsible older sibling, having a draw towards things like bondage, sensory dep, like DS stuff, because you get to relinquish that control and trust someone and not have to be in charge. And that's like a really common theme for a lot of kinks. And she'd also have a little bit of like a little nod reaction when one of them said gag when they were listing out things that she might be into.
You got me wrong. Do you want to guess?
Okay, you're a kitty play. Gotcha.
Okay, when did you discover you liked cat play?
Well, I had a partner and he really liked anime, and so he was like, oh, like it'd be kind of cute if you dressed up as like a cat girl. And I was like, okay, like I'll put the kitty ears on. And then I really liked the kitty ears.
Yeah, you did. Do you meow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, like I have a little outfit, like I have little kitty ears, little tail, like a little collar.
Let's hear the meow.
I gotta hear the meow.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
I'm not a cat person. Do you think it's more role-playing or more of like a costume?
It's like the costume is just a way for me to get into the headspace. But it's a very like role-playing, like I like to meow, purr, like I like to be like taken care of like you would a pet kind of thing.
Do you have like an owner?
If I have a partner, like I'll bring them into it.
Sure.
I don't really have like one dom where I like do this with kind of thing. It's something that I'll bring into relationships. I haven't had anyone who was like against it in relationships.
So far, so good.
Are you a stray then?
I guess so. I'm a rescue. I'm waiting to be adopted.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, my reaction when I heard them say, oh, my boyfriend was into anime. That's why I got into kitten play. I mean, that is like Discord kitten daddy energy. Yeah, that's definitely a pathway into a kink. And she definitely, like, especially when she talks about like the headspace thing and it being more of a roleplay thing, completely relate to that. She's one of my people. And it's like, does the person who's, I guess the people who set this up, they must know about kink stuff because they have to select all these things. But there's somebody off screen who's talked occasionally and they said something like, oh, so you're a stray, which is like definitely the term, at least back in the day, like 5 years ago, I heard people use to describe people that were doing usually kitten play without an owner or a dom of some kind. And I like the idea of being a rescue instead. It's like very cute. It's like, I'm not a stray, I'm a rescue. I'm waiting for the right person. Like, yeah, you wait for the right person, girl. Like, wait for the right person who's gonna respect you and like treat you in good ways. And yes, I love it. I'm very happy for everyone and all of the kinks, but I'm also very happy for myself. I'm just taking a victory lap at this point, listening to the last one, but I want to let everyone express why they're into their kinks and where they come from. So let's hear them out.
Tell me about it.
Well, I like electrostimulation. I have a thing called a violet wand. It is a thing that looks suspiciously like a dildo.
It's not.
It is not a dildo.
Like
you do not use it like
That'd
a
be
dildo.
dangerous.
You don't want to get it wet.
Oh.
No.
Because yeah,
no.
with water.
I'm so fascinated in how that's something that comes about.
I had a friend and she was having a birthday party and there was kinky stuff happening in the basement, and friend brought out the violet wand and it was amazing. I had some extra cash at the time and I bought a kit. That's my kit.
I'm not fucking amused. Why did you bring this thing out? Fucking shit.
You want the big boy?
Yeah, I do the big boy.
Okay. Do I have your consent to touch you with this?
You 100% have consent. Okay. It's not nice. It's not. It's at the height that you go? No. Is that like your. No. You go harder than that?
Oh, other people go way harder.
I literally brought out the electro-play kit, but also We demonstrated consent, and that's very important. All right, this was delightful. Not just because I won the Super Bowl of guessing kinks, but also, cut. Take this as my audition tape. I am apparently good at guessing people's kinks. And I will say, I think the reason why I'm good at it is not just because I know a lot about lots of different kinks and because I was able to hear 3 different people asking questions, but because I don't really believe in stereotyping people for what kinks they're into, what a dom looks like, what a top looks like, what sort of things mask people are into or femme people are into. Like, anyone can be into any kind of kink. There's some, like, more, like, getting into fettuccinis, you get into kind of more, like, scientific stuff about, well, if you're talking about interest in that, it can be related to exposures to certain things. It's more common in one gender than the other. Like, it's more likely that people that have a ABDL fettuccine dish they're interested in, they're more likely to be male by the numbers, but in the community it may actually be different. So anyways, we won, we did it. My advice is to not stereotype people, but it can be fun to guess as a party trick, I suppose. So if you all were guessing along, let me know how you all did. I'm a little worried now that I accidentally said something and I messed up my own memory of what I put in as my final guesses, and I like psyched myself out. I'm like, did I win? Like, how did I do it? I don't really know. Maybe I just psyched myself out. I'm glad at the last minute I decided to stick with my gut and not just like mix it up for the sake of being different from everyone else. Because sometimes you get a vibe, you're just right, and this does not mean anyone should start stereotyping people because you're really sure that you're good at it. But it's just fun to know. It's fun to know. And I guess now I get to have my Kink Educator card renewed for another year. But anyways, my battery is dying, so I gotta go. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this and already, please do subscribe because I make videos twice a week about all sorts of different kink and BDSM related topics, from educational stuff to pop culture news to reaction videos and more. And finally, if you want to support my channel, you can do that over on Patreon. Link to that will be down below. If you do already support over there, thank you so much. It means the absolute world to me. And until I see you all next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.